Greetings, this is me, Zahra Berserk. Let's see, Colt Hofer, are you here? Just waiting for Colt Hofer to come. And Sozo, I have this valuable Colt Hofer with a lot of knowledge about Islam and Christianity. And Sozo also is contributing and helping out. So I hope I'm not late. Let's see now. So let's see if they come join me. As Colt Hofer had to take 15 minutes off, and so did we, Sozo and I. So Sozo, when you will come here, I'm trying to get the tafsirs, but the search, my search is terrible on the tafsirs and the hadiths. I'm not too good at that, so I couldn't find it properly. However, the way Christian Prince and others, Ibn Kathir and all this, I couldn't find it like that. I apologize, but still, I'm going to keep searching for it. So, Surah An-Naba ayat, footnote is here. This may mean that they will be of equal age among themselves, as well as they will be of equal age with their husbands. But what is this meaning? Like, I'm not good at this. So, like Rob Christian gave us what is atraba, this word,
أترابا
and kawaiba,
وكواعب.
right? So Sahih International's translation is, and full-breasted, of equal age, companions, in bracket, companions, the word, close bracket. And then, and youthful virgins like of age. So, Sozo, if you may help me in this, because I'm terrible at this. And a very good memory Colt Hofer has, brilliant memory. He's brilliant on this Islam, explained to me earlier on this ayat and the hadith, and the ayats in Surah Nisa about Kalala and more. He's done here, he's contributed. So waiting for them until they come here. We have a problem in Islam. I was told by Colt Hofer that even if you point out a mistake in the Quran ayat, you get executed or your head will be chopped off. You will be beheaded. So I don't know how my head is on my shoulders and neck, as still. And so, Allah ibn Sa'ad. Let's see what the Muslims say about this. Please come in a civilized manner, honest manner. I have not yet fixed my mic here. And just checking the sound. How is the sound without the mic? Okay, I have not, the volume booster is not on. Now with the mic, how is the sound? Okay, it's the same. So Muslims, why do you want to kill people just because a Quran is burnt? Or we point out mistakes in the Quran? Why do you want to behead them? Why do you want to burn them alive? Why do you want to kill them? This is totally satanic. Colt offers here. Okay, sister, I made it back. Oh, wow, but I hope that's great. That's great. Welcome. Okay, so Sozo is not here. I was trying to, what I was trying to look for is the tafsirs of this Surah Naba 33, but I'm not too good at that. I'm terrible at it. So I'm not ready for that. Like Rob Christian, you know how they explain in Arabic what these words are? If you can remind me, uh, I could go to sunnah.com and start. How do I do this? I'm terrible at searching for hadiths. But Rob Christian, I think, and Christian Prince, they can give you about this, right? How, what this word means. Does it mean full-breasted, of equal age, or what? Youthful boys. I've forgotten. So you have a great memory, and you're brilliant in knowledge about this. So please help us out here, so that when Sozo comes, she can find out, he or she. Sozo sounds to me like a female name. Colt, Hofer, what do you say? What shall we do now? What do you want to look at? What do you want me to show here? Footnote is that this may mean that they will be of equal age. This may mean that they may be, no one is sure, that they will be of equal age among themselves, as well as that they will be of equal age with their husbands. This same theme has already occurred in Surah Swad, Ayat 52, and Surah Al-Waqi'ah, Ayat 37. Colt, Hofer, was it you who said that, told me that nikah means that bad word? That's why the Arabs don't use nikah for marriage. They use aqad, contract, right? So the question I wanted to ask you, and you told me that marriage meant in Arabic something else. It was zawaj. The copy paste the Arabic word into it. Copy paste the Arabic word into it. No, it doesn't come. Like, this word. You see, if I copy it like this, this word will come, but not the Arabic word. So shall I copy paste the whole ayat? See, I'll show you something. Here, when I do this, it comes in Arabic. It doesn't give me the body. You see, this is all in Arabic. How do I translate this? In English. No use Quran, wow. Sorry, no use Quran, wow. No use Quran, wow. What does that mean? What is this? Now, how do I... Wait a minute. Let me try well matched. I can't. Atraban. Copy it. This is the problem with the, see, it comes in Arabic, atraban. Let me just put atraban. Yeah, this English translation. You see the problem here? It takes a long time. So I have to get used to this, right? Click on page and use translate. Okay. Like, click on, oops. What is this? It takes a long time. Where's the English? Oh, there's not, where's the English? You see, this I'm very slow at. Here it is. And it's saying, and this cohort says, and we were resurrected at the age of, what is this? Ali told me, said, then Abu Saleh, he said, Muawiyah discussed Ali ibn Abbas, cohort. What is this? It's not a very good translation. This way I'm very slow. I think they are good. Those are good. Who? Rob Christian Prince on this. I'm really terrible at this. It's going to take forever doing this. So atraban, let me see. Waku. Oh God. Or I put, what do I do is, what do I do is, what do I do? I've tried Surah Naba Ayat 33 Tafsir. Surah Naba Ayat 33 Tafsir. I know Google Translate is not accurate. Yeah. No, you have to be a tafsir expert. I cannot find it like this. You see, my Islam, it doesn't give me proper. Where is the tafsir? For those looking for commentary to help with the understanding of Surah Naba, provided tafsir work below Ibn Qadir. This may mean that they will be of equal age among themselves. See, it doesn't say anything. Let's see this one, right? Recite Quran, cite. So that's why I don't use. Now look at this. It starts with Allah says about the day of decision, added group after group, Ibn Jarir, the day we shall call to. See, what is this? So Abu Huraira refused to reply. Oh God, sprouts, green plants sprout, dead bodies sprout. What is this? I don't know how to use the tafsir Google. Like Rob Christian, they're already ready for this. Oh God, accept your Lord's will. They will abide there in Aqab. In reference to Akab, it has no specific amount of time. What is this? 23. Okay, where's the... Okay, so this means I have to go to the great success will be for those who have taqwa. Atrab. And Kawaib Atrab. Verily for those who have taqwa. So someone with good Arabic translation, and I'm not an expert in tafsirs and all. And I can't even Google search this, so I apologize for this. We'll have to do this at some later time. If you have a link you can give me, I can go there, right? Take it from here. So, but the translation does say here, and I've read maybe Yusuf Ali's translation was voluptuous women of equal age. So this is, why would an Allah, a true Allah, want to give these things? Youthful virgins like of age, and in heaven. Heaven is just peace, and that's it. No desire, nothing, right? And boys passing with the drinks, young boys. What is this really? And we could be executed. Young boys passing with drinks. In heaven. They will circulate among them young boys made eternal. When you see them, you will think them as beautiful as scattered pearls. Okay, not with drinks, but maybe in some other ayat. Surah 76, verse 19. Why can't we do this? Surah 76, verse 19. Really, what? This is terrible. This is a Sikh religion, and it is also terrorism. No, God will ask you to do these things in heaven. Now, desires will be there. Indeed, we created man from, and we guided to be grateful. Indeed, we have prepared for the disbelievers chains and shackles and a blaze. What is this? Indeed, the righteous will drink from a cup of wine. For the disbelievers, unbelievers, chains, kept ready chains, and fetters, and blazing fire. Indeed, the righteous. So this doesn't mean that what the Muslims come and tell us, that if you are good, if you are a believer, but first for prerequisite, what is before, like this evidence, you need to know if the Quran is what it says it is, perfect, without any contradictions. So there should be this, right? If you believe and do good, don't worry, you will not be, it's very easy. They say, for the rejectors who have prepared chains, yokes, and a blazing fire. For the rejectors of what? This message? Indeed, the righteous will drink from a cup of wine, whose mixture is of kafir. and it doesn't intoxicate you. What is this mixture? Kafur. A cup. Is the mixture kafur? Doesn't say wine here. Anyways. And a spring of which the righteous servants of Allah will drink. They will make it gush forth and for. Do you have? Do you think the spirit? That's why they couldn't give us the full. Do you think God, the Holy Spirit, needs to do all this? What is the spirit? You will be in spirit, right? Not in body in heaven. I don't think you'll have body in heaven. A body. They are those who fulfill their vows and fear a day whose evil will be widespread. And they give food in spite of love for it, and to the needy and the orphan and the captive, saying, we feed you only for the face of Allah. Face of Allah. We wish not for you reward or gratitude. But hello, face of Allah. And you know you are defacing the Christians, Jews, and all those, if they don't believe in you. Indeed, we fear an austere and distressful. So Allah will protect them from evil of the day. And where is it? 13. We will reward them for what they patiently endured. A garden and sale. Patiently endured. No, there are some Muslims killing and executing if you don't believe in this. Maybe the calamities of this life they endured. But they do zulm on others, killing and all, non-Muslims. If we criticize this Quran, they will be reclining therein on adorned couches. They will not see therein any burning sun or freezing cold. And near above them are its shades lowered in compliance. And there will be circulated among them vessels of silver and cups having been created clear as glass. Goblets of clear glasses made from silver which they have determined the measure. And they will be given to drink a cup of wine whose mixture is of ginger. I think this is just poetry. Some Arab man at the time of Prophet Muhammad, from a fountain within named Salsabil. They will circulate among them young boys made eternal. Young boys among them. And made eternal. When you see them, you would think them pearls to be scattered. My goodness, this is a bit too much. And when you look there, you will see pleasure and great dominion, kingdom. So what do you say about this, Colt Hofer? Sister, oh sorry, I missed this. Sister, read Surah Baqarah at 62 and, okay, clear contradiction. And Surah 22, ayat 17. Oh, okay. Surah Baqarah, clear contradiction. Why didn't I get this? Have I discussed this? Behold, Allah is not ashamed to propound the parable of a knot, or even of something more lowly. Surah Baqarah. Oh, sorry. What am I doing? Sorry, it's my fault. 62. Whether they are the ones who believe, or whether they are Jews, Christians, or Sabians, all who believe in Allah and the last day and do righteous deeds, their reward is surely secure with the Lord, and they need have no fear, nor shall they grieve. Yes, this I've seen in Pakistan, this verse. And but isn't this before Prophet Muhammad came? Because now it says believe. Did I get this right? Indeed, the believers, Jews, Sabians, Christians, Magi, and the polytheists, Allah will judge between them. Yes, with other ayats, right? This is what I was mentioning, but I didn't know the numbers. Thank you so much, Colt Hofer. But the thing is that there is clear contradiction. These two ayats don't go with the violent verses. So before maybe, right? So not between these two ayats, right? These ayats seem to come from somewhere else, not this Quran. Because when you see violent verses, it does not use past tense words in Surah Baqarah at 62, past tense. Whether they are the ones who believe or whether they are Jews. Yes, in this it doesn't seem to be using a past tense. But how do the Sunnis take it? Indeed, those who believed and those who were Jews, those who believed, right? It's not a present tense. Indeed, those who believed and those who were Jews or Christians or Sabians, those among them who believed in Allah in the last day and did righteousness, will have their reward with their Lord. And no fear will there be concerning them. And polytheists, like the other ayat? Sorry, I didn't get you, Colt Hofer. Past tense or present tense? How do you know? Indeed, those who believed. Indeed, those who believed and those who became Jews and the Christians. How can you explain? This is a false translation. Even like word to word. So you mean to say, you know Arabic, right? What are you telling me? So what is the right translation? How can I get the right translation? Surely the ones who have believed and the ones who have Judaized and Nasara and the Sabiin, whoever have believed in Allah, well, they have to believe in Allah. So we thought that they would be saved. But here it says, whoever have believed in Allah and the last day and done righteousness. Now it's Islam here. And don't let this verse deceive you. Right? Excuse me. You see, whoever have now believed in Allah, it means. So we used to read this verse thinking that the Jews will be saved, don't worry about it, if they do believe in Allah and the last day and done righteousness. No. The Allah of Islam and the last day as it is by Islam. Right? So forget about the past tense and the present tense and all this. This ayat in itself is saying Because there is a ayat that Islam will prevail over all other religions. And there are these violent ayats against the Jews and the Christians and the polytheists. So whether it is in past tense or present tense, Colt Hofer, now do you see this? Indeed, those who believed and those who were Jews, or Christians, or Sabians, those who believed in Allah and the last day and did righteousness will have their reward with the Lord, and no fear will there be concerning them, nor will they grieve. Who will decide what is the right translation for this? An Arab, I need an Arab to translate this. Indeed, those who believed and those who became Jews and Nasaras, the Christians, and the Sabians, who believed in Allah and and the last day. You can put the cursor over the Arabic and it will translate the correct words. Something went wrong. Do you think Google search is going to give me the correct word for this? You see, Colt Hofer, this Islam. You see, who is going to translate this? Who? Which Arab? Inna alladhina amanu walladhina hadu wa nasara wa sabiyan. You can put the cursor. It doesn't work here. You see, on this site, it doesn't work like this on this site, my cursor. Sorry, it doesn't work. So, the thing is, you cannot say anything against Prophet Muhammad. Or you can't even point out a mistake in the Quran. You will be executed or punished. Like you said, right? So this crossed across, cancelled. This verse is cancelled. This verse goes. Cancelled. Indeed, the believers, let's go to Quran.com. Let me show you. As for the believers, those who follow the Jewish faith, the Sabians, the Christians, the Magians, and the idolaters, God will judge between them on the day of resurrection. God witnesses all things. You see, here, it works on my side. Yeah, but it doesn't work here. You see, it doesn't work for me here. For this, I don't know why. But you see, as for the believers, those who follow the Jewish faith, Magians, idolaters, those you haven't gotten as yet, let God judge between them on the day of resurrection. But the ones you have gotten are here in Surah Tawbah, right? So that's just a sham. Those verses, you're just giving me the good verses, right? This is a declaration of disassociation from Allah and His Messenger. You're using the laptop. I'm using a mobile. This is a declaration. They've got the makkans. He's got the makkans. So travel freely throughout the land for 4 months, but know that you cannot cause failure to Allah and that Allah will disgrace the disbelievers. Now it's disgrace to these disbelievers, right? And it is an announcement from Allah and His Messenger to the people on the day of the greater pilgrimage that Allah is disassociated from the disbelievers. And so is His Messenger. So if you repent, that is best for you. But if you turn away, then know that you will not cause failure to Allah. And give tidings to those who disbelieve of a painful punishment. But now it's come to this. So what do you say about this? That they broke the treaty? They broke the treaty? This is a public proclamation. What about this ayat? Here, expelling the Yathrib Jews, not forgiving the Baduans. Hashar. Huh? What about this ayat? Called Hofer. As a Shia crying for Imam Hussein. Imam Raza. Gharib al-Qurba. Left his hometown, Medina. Was called by Mamun Rashid, right, to Persia. It is he who expelled the ones who disbelieved among the people of the scripture from their homes at the first gathering, breaking houses. No one is safe with him, this prophet. You did not think they would leave, and they thought that the fortresses would protect, right? Forget those ayats. Forget those ayats. Destroyed their houses by their own hands and the hands of the believers. So take warning, O people of vision. Colt Hofer says the peaceful verses were when he had no power. But as his army and power grew, the Quran got more violent. Exactly, this is what I learned. But no Muslim told me this. No religious scholar told me this. Right? Exactly. And no one is safe with them. No one. Unless you become a Muslim. It is in his first assault drove the people of the book, made them break their homes and the hands of the believers. Take warning then, all you with eyes to see. And if not, that Allah had decreed for them evacuation. Why is He evacuating them from their own hometown? Yathrib people. Why can't the Muslims see this? No, Colt Hofer, I disagree that they have a cognitive dissonance. Even as a Shia, I mean, I was a Muslim, right? Whether these Sunnis consider me a Muslim or not, even then they kill you. Yeah, they kill not all Sunni Muslims, but some extremists. They say we are peaceful people. The Muslims say, but they don't mind killing us, Shias. But however, the thing is that who is to be blamed? Who is to be blamed for this? You can't reconcile Shia Sunni because I showed that in my live streams. Look at these stupid, like, Shias also. How they defend their prophet, right? I mean, it's stupid. This is the most stupidest way to defend a prophet. Shias have become intellectually daft. Look at this. Shias have become Shias are intellectual shaitan. Do you think the Shias are not going to kill me if I say anything? Shias will themselves kill me. So the Shias, oh, takiya to nahi hai. Why do Shias also use takiya? Tell me, why do Shias also use taqiya? O Prophet, why holdest thou to be forbidden that which Allah has made lawful to thee? Thou seekest to please thy consorts. Oh my God, as preface to the surah, refer to and study carefully the commentary of Azab verses 28 to 32, 33, 34, 35 on pages in which the character pattern of the two wives referred to in this surah, Aisha and Hafsa, has been discussed in the light of the traditions reported by Bukhari and other well-known Muslim scholars. The Holy Prophet used to drink a glass of honey syrup whenever he visited the apartment of Zainab. Aisha and Hafsa became resentful whenever he visited the apartment of Zainab. So you may have Colt Hofer. Do you have a, first tell me, do you have a soft corner for Shias? Because I tell you, intellectual shaitan mislead you. You see, there's an ayat which says, right? Ask again. Do you have a soft corner for Shias? Shia Muslims. Do you think the Shias are right? Huh? You have Sozo and you like have asked me to go to the Quran ayats which but do you think the Shias are right? Or do you have a soft corner for the Shias? You see, this is absolutely a reasonable man would not do this. And then what Aka Mehdi Puya is saying here is Aka Mehdi Puya says to make a vow to do a thing which one has the option to do or not to do is permissible. Like it is permissible to make a vow to do a thing which you have an option in to do or not to do, a good thing, let's say, like in Surah Maida. Surah Maida at 87 commands the believers, right? So the thing is, the Shias will kill me on this. And emotional blackmailing. Hussein on my why, Hussein, what can I do? And these wives were hypocrites and disbelievers. The Quran, I say, Quran, I say. So do you have a soft corner for the Shias? I'd like to ask you that, Colt Hofer. No, the Shias, they themselves are very stubborn. They're not going to look at this. You see, Aka Mehdi Puya says to make a vow to do a thing which one has the option to do or not to do. Why make a vow? And then it's breaking it because under pressure, God says no. Here, God is asking, why oldest thou to be forbidden? So this, I just have to take a mute myself for. And the Shias say, 12 Shias, very callously, like, ooh, that this man, this Imam, is going to hell because he, what does he do? He's a smiley. He's not a true Imam, right? So the Shias say this Imam, His Highness Aga Khan, is going to hell. This is how strict this religion is. If you lie, you are a liar. He's going to go to hell. They don't kill him. They don't kill him. But he's going to go to hell. And I've been showing so many ayats here. So sorry, I cannot go to the hadiths and only one or two if it's absolutely necessary. And if Shias are going to send their people using taqiyya, I will not have that. No dishonesty. You have to learn not to be like Abraham. Oh, I feel sick and I'm going to break their cords. Let them go and see. Leave the big one. So do you have a soft corner for the Shias called Hofer? Shia Islam. Shia Islam. No answer. If you do, then I'm sorry. You also have cognitive dissonance. Not a chance. That is for what your hands have put forth of evil, because Allah is not ever unjust to his servants. Okay, then the custom of people of Pharaoh. I just got a little bit of shock here, thinking that you have a soft corner for Shias or something. Sorry, I thought that there's something going on here because of some reason here. They've really defeated the Shias also intellectual. They're in. You have a soft corner. Look at this. What Imam Ali says about women. Women. Sermon 80. And of course, they will say this just isn't right. It's not from Imam Ali. Women are evil. Oh, people, women are deficient in faith because he's describing the verses of the Quran. In faith, deficient in shares, deficient in intelligence. As regards the deficiency in the faith, it is the abstention from prayers and fasting during the menstrual period. As regards deficiency in their intelligence, it is because the evidence of two women is equal to that of one man. As for the deficiency of their shares, that is because of their share in inheritance being half of men. So beware of the evils of women. Be on your guard, even from those of them who are reportedly good. Do not obey them, even in good things, so that they may not attract you to evils. Sibt Ibn al-Jawzi, Tadkira 85. Abu Talib al-Maqiqut 1, volume 1 I think, and page 282. Al-Kulaini Furu al-Khafi, volume, bus, they've put volume here. Okay, Al-Khafi, 5th volume. 4. Al-Saduq al-Amali Majlis 50. 5th, Al-Mufid al-Ikhtisas. Alternative sources for Sermon 80. You see, the Shias have lied. Look at this Imam Sadiq, Imam Jafar Sadiq, the greatest scientist. Seems like they've also taken these Shias, Imams, have stolen. The Imam knew the history of the Christians. He knew the origin of the Orthodox and Catholic churches and the main cause of difference among Christians and their division into so many sects. In reply to those who propagated that idea, he said that all of them were human beings and had no essence or elements of God in them. But they were God's most favored servants and were chosen by Him to lead and guide mankind. Where's that thing that the Shias have not done proper research either. The Imam opposed baptism among Muslims just as he had opposed monasticism. He told the Muslims, we have customs which were practiced here, not again against Christians, but not only it hurts a man intellectually and spiritually, it endangers the Muslim nation as a whole. Celibacy, I think, Imam speaks about, and was one of the most patient and tolerant. Here it doesn't make sense because Abu Shakir. So I don't know what the people are trying to do here against even like to save people. So I'm here to save people. If they don't want this, if they want to go into other religions, they are most welcome. You do not show him to anyone. I haven't found anyone who is like Jiddu Krishnamurti or able to do their own finding, their own research through their own research. We are all followers, as Jiddu Krishnamurti said. And the God that they have given us is the one. Here did not say a word. Oh my God, I read this. And people are misinterpreting. Mistakes happen. I'm not saying mistakes don't happen. This is just such a doesn't seem real to me. Imam Muhammad al-Baqir and Imam Jafar al-Sadiq knew that the Muslim world would be flooded with books of the philosophers of Greece and Alexandria, and that the Muslims would blindly accept everything they had written as the gospel truth. So now, sorry to say this, but I feel very alone. Even like Muslims come with Hindu names. Some Muslims may be coming with Christian names, and some Muslims even trying to fake it that they are Christians. So to say that ISIS and these, but our religion, they're protecting Shia Islam. But I feel that Imam Muhammad al-Baqir alone, a research of mine as a Shia, now without that, oh my mom, and all that, I removed that fear and that awe. Knew that and that high reverence for someone. Knew that the Muslim world, now I could see it, that the Greek books were the philosophers of Greece, books by the Greek philosophers and Alexandria, and that the Muslims would blindly accept everything they had written as the gospel truth. Thus comes maybe from someone, a Greek philosopher, how reason is important. Now, you can't, reason you can use to a certain extent. Even a Shia Sayyid who came to my house, Yusuf Zaidi, accepted that Islam has certain rituals that go beyond reason. Like I was told that they have to, when they go to Hajj pilgrimage, they have to, in remembering, in the remembrance of Bibi Hagar, Bibi Hajar, you know who I'm talking about. They have to, run around a certain place and like, you know, shoulders up and down in her remembrance. So reason is not enough. Reason is not enough for this. That's why using logic in Islam is haram. No, it is not haram. There's an ayat which says use your reason. How can using logic in Islam be haram? Because when there's an ayat which says use reason, otherwise Allah will put abomination on you if you don't use intellect. Put abomination. The problem is that I've got this really terrible negativity. People, their ill will, or maybe Shia's spirit, collective spirit. I'm slow, but I'm struggling with that terrible ill will of Shias on me. Put abomination on those who would not use reason. Surah Yunus ayat 100. Because you start asking questions. No, but where does it say that using logic in Islam is haram? It doesn't say in the Quran ayat. My point here is, what my point is called Hofer. You see, you have to go with the Quran ayat rule. Like I told Salahuddin, do not depart from the Quran ayat rule and go to a hadith or Sunni hadith. Where does it say that using logic in Islam is haram? Not because you start asking questions, but where does it say in the Quran that using logic, it's like, please, call Hofer. Where does it say in Islam that using logic is haram? Now you see, you're giving the Christians a bad name. By just giving your opinion on this. The Greeks used logic and reasoning and it's forbidden. But where does it say in the Quran that using logic is forbidden? It says, oh, people of reason. So many times it says aql. What is aql in Arabic? It's in the hadiths. Sorry, I can't take the hadiths. If the hadiths are against the Quran ayats, you have to reject them. Even if they are graded Sayyid. Hello? Do you want me to go crazy here? Colt Hofer, you don't know the fundamental thing about Quran Hadith? That if the Hadith is against the Quran ayats, there's no way any Muslim is allowed to accept the Hadith. Right? You hear me? Fundamental rule in Islam. So, what is your security? You see, I think you're also coming from a religion, And that religion gives you a lot of security. See, many ex-Muslims either have become atheists or many have become Christians. Adam Seeker, ex-Muslim Ahmad, Arab, has become a Christian. They have to define themselves, and they have to be in groups of atheists or you see, they have to have someone. They're not going to stand alone. Or maybe in some, Indian ex-Muslims, with Indian ex-Muslims, all this. I'm alone here, fighting. And execution is on my head. The law is to execute. Even in Shia Islam. So Saladin has left. And we have another. You see, you cannot give me a hadith which is against the Quran ayat. Are you trying, how can you not know the basic rule of Islam? Basic rule about Quran and hadith. That if there is a hadith which is against the Quran ayat, what will happen to it, called Hofer? Oh God. Maybe if you are in love with your religion, then there's no way I can get you out of this. Right? If you are in love with Hussein, if you are in love with Jesus Christ, I cannot get you out of it. So the subliminal messages being received, given out by the ex-Muslim Christians is that you the Bible is also not perfect. It has many. So what the Arabs and the Pakistan, what the Muslim, Egyptian and African, what they start to do is bring in ex-Muslim Christians, mostly, or bring to the forefront Indian ex-Muslims. So put the blame on the Indian Tunnis like Ghalib Kamal has and Haris Sultan. And even the Western world is going down. So I'm alone here, it seems, as I doesn't make sense. The idea of hadiths contradicting the Quran is not found in the early writings of the Islamic sources. Well, if it is not found in the Islamic sources, it is found with the Imams of the Shia, and even if that idea is not found, it is a common sense that you cannot go against Quran ayats, whether they are hadiths contradicting. How can you say that as a Christian? So you must know about Islam. You must be a Muslim at some point, right? It's just common sense because Quran is the main source. It's Allah's word. So whether the idea is there or not found in the early writings of Islamic sources, it's a common sense. The first book is the Quran. If anything goes against, that's just common sense. Why should they put common sense? Something which is known, that the Quran is first. Nope, never a Muslim, but it's a lot of studying. I see. So then the thing is that you were never a Muslim, but a lot of studying. So where do we go now? Oh God, I cannot trust. Next time, you see, I wanted help. The tafsirs came from the hadiths and not the Quran. I see. So the Quran is the first. Whatever came after the Quran is the first and foremost. It's just common sense. And anyways, it's a big struggle for me. I can see this. Even the Christians will remain Christians, you see. You can't see the truth. I understand the Quran is the first. So, and so, that's it. Where, no, you can't tell me where you're from. That, so I don't even, and I couldn't, so I wish I had a live stream so I could hear your voice because, some Muslims, I've seen them, even ex-Muslim Christians, I cannot trust. And some of the Christians also, because their way is so harsh, I cannot trust. 80% of Islam is still based on the hadiths. It may be, first is the Quran. The point here is called Hofer. It's like I have to explain it to Salahuddin and all these people. Terrible. Look, if the Shias want to believe in their Imams and cry for Imam Hussein, it's up to them. As it is, I was getting suffocated with ex-Muslims also and Salahuddin and all. And very, sorry, I have a problem. I can't trust anyone because I have to be very careful who comes here and who helps me. I appreciate your help about the hadith. But then something I saw, sorry, I saw something in you, Colt Hofer, that reminds me of a Muslim way. You want to defend Islam, trying to show that there is a contradiction in those ayats. There's no contradiction in those ayats, two ayats that you gave me. So why would you be defending? What do you think about Shias? May I ask you this question? As it is, I'm having a difficult time alone in a Muslim country, and the Arabs, Muslims. And yeah, you said this Salahuddin cannot be an Arab, but he came again. And you know what? I remember a time when a Shia Arab came, UAE, from UAE, on my commenting on my YouTube, not to do this, otherwise he'll report me to the police. So I have a feeling that the Arabs also are involved in kind of, it's a very cunning, clever, calculated way, some very clever, because Shias can, satanic mind, intellect they have now, and they're going to do something, and they're already doing it. You see, Adam Seeker, all the time on the, this Sunni hadiths. But if this Quran ayat is there, no one can believe except by Allah's leave, and Allah lays abomination on those. I have to be sure you are a Christian, aren't you? One verse says the Jews, Christians, and Sabians go to heaven. No. In fact, Shias don't even believe anyone will go to heaven unless they follow, and their deeds will be nullified. Like Mother Teresa, if she does any good, which late Mother Teresa, she's a saint now, Saint Mother Teresa. If you don't believe in Ali, if you don't take the right Imam, you're gone, you're ruined. Your deeds, all your deeds put together, which one verse says the Jews and Christians, Sabian go to heaven, and the other verse says they'll go to hell. How is that not a contradiction? Where does it say they will go to hell? Where the other verse doesn't say both the verses say that Allah will one says Allah will decide between them. That other verse doesn't say that they will go to hell. Allah will decide for them because Prophet Muhammad's hands did not reach them. Muslims did not reach them. But that other verse doesn't say that they will go to hell that you gave me. Colt Hofer. The other verse doesn't say that they will go to hell. Sister, if I don't respond quickly, I'm not fast at typing. Okay, sorry. So the other verse doesn't say that they will go to. Which other verse says that the one you gave me says that they will go to hell? In one thing you were really good. I thought you were great in explaining to me your English and all. No, no, the Shia say, and the Quran is here. The Quran says that if you're not a Muslim, you're not a believer, all your deeds will be nullified. You have to believe in Imam Ali. These verses you gave me are a joke. They're nothing but a joke. Kidding with people, fooling them, deceiving them in the beginning. Now there's a verse that says all your deeds, all their deeds will be nullified. So if you the Shias want to believe in Fatima, Hassan, Hussein, the family, I can't take that. I can't take from the family. The family could be the mother, could be like some, very possessive, and favoritism is in the family, like Umar Uthman bin Affan, we were told. I'm not really into the Shia, but I'm starting to research more into the Shia. I see. But that other verse you gave me doesn't say that they will go to hell. In that verse, it doesn't say. It says Allah will decide for them. It has been revealed to you and to those before you that if you ever commit idol worship, all your works will be nullified and you will be with the losers. You see, here I'm also mostly concentrating on both. So I just can't go to a Sunni hadith, right? Because the Shias will not accept that. Already the Shias with their intellectual um, ways, satanic ways, have deceived me. They don't make sense. About Zainab, about this. So, what do you say? Do you think the Prophet did the right thing here? I mean, this is not too bad, is it? He made a mistake. The Shias don't mention anything about that mistake because he's infallible. How can he make a mistake? I've been showing this. Sunnis say he was a pagan. Shias say, so for the Shias, right? If you give a lie, misleading people, defending this religion, false religion, which now doesn't accept, there are ayats later on which don't accept. Look at the lapse of justice here by the Shias, even against Zainab bin Josh. Like in another ayat, it says, take counsel from them, but in the end, you decide for, right? Why even take counsel from them? Because the end is your decision. When you didn't even take, okay, the end is your decision. Sister, the Shia worship Momo Ali Hassan. So the Sunnis worship, so the Christians worship Jesus Christ, right? The Christians at least should have no problem with that. Unless you were Sunni. Colt Hofer, you cannot say this as a Christian, right? Sister, the Shia worship Muhammad Ali Hassan. So, they worship Allah. The Ali, Hassan, Muhammad are servants of Allah. Muhammad is a chosen prophet. Ali is an imam. They don't say that Ali incarnated as God. They don't say that Hassan incarnated as God. And they don't say that Muhammad incarnated as God. I think you said before you are Christian, right? Oh. So what's wrong? Let's say if the Shias even had worshipped Muhammad Ali and Hassan. Brother, I just caught you. You have answered me like a Sunni. You say I'm not really into the Shia, but I'm starting to research more into the Shia. So you've heard a Sunni saying that Shias worship Muhammad Ali Hassan, whereas Shias don't claim to worship Muhammad Ali Hassan. They worship one Allah. Yes, but I say Jesus is God, but they don't admit that Muhammad is divine. Yeah, they don't admit, they don't claim to worship Muhammad. Divinity is only Allah, right? You can worship, I think worshipping what is worship? Can you worship like what is reverence to animals which are for sacrifices? What is that? It's part of worship, right? Doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be divine. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to kill myself. You people have, I get it. Sister, the Shia worship Muhammad Ali Hassan. Oh my God, Colt Hofer. You just gave such a wrong claim against the Shias. I have started to become afraid of you. Colt Hofer. No, you put a very, very dangerous, very false statement here against the Shias. Colt Hofer says, Sister, how can you blaspheme a man? Why are there blaspheme laws against Muhammad? So Sunnis also say don't blaspheme Muhammad. A man, a prophet, honorable prophet. Let's say if there's a law in British common law, if I defame an actress, a well-known person, let's say the Queen of England, oh God, now it's the King of England, There'll be a law against me, defamation law, right? Sorry, but I think you put a very unjust statement against the Shias here. They do not worship Muhammad, Ali, and Hassan. But hold in honor, Surah Fath, Ayat 9. Oh my God. But Colt Hofer, even the Sunnis who blame Shias for worshipping Muhammad Ali Hassan have a blaspheme law against a man, Muhammad. And do you not understand that he is not God, but he's someone to be honored? Now, Speaker's Corner, I read this in Wikipedia. At Speaker's Corner, if you say anything against the late Queen at that time when the Queen was alive, Queen of England, what would happen to you? Huh? Do you know the punishment? On some occasions in the past, they have intervened on grounds of profanity. Though Hyde Park Speaker's Corner is considered, free speech, but how far does this free speech go? Can you just spread false rumors against someone well known? What will they do? They can bring a defamation case against you. And even one person against another person here in my father's country, what will happen? I will get a defamation case against me. They'll put me in jail. Now, what has happened here? Prior to the ruling, prohibited speech at Speaker's Corner included obscenity, blasphemy, insulting the Queen, or inciting a breach of the peace. Sister, I could be wrong. Like I said, my understanding of Shia needs a lot more research. Thank you for correcting yourself. But you gave me that scare that I felt that I could be wrong, like I said. So, oh God, I'm always alone. Look at this. In June 1972, 3 men, Joseph, and Quinn, all Irish actors, were arrested. Louise, Marcantonio, and Thomas Quinn. All Irish Republican activists were arrested and charged under the treason. Are you testing me also? Look, I may have a personal something against some Shias. No, but you see, I have done my research with rational first, then deep going into it, the ayats that I have known, which will not make sense to me, and I will never ever embrace Islam again. But this kind of callous statement you made here against the Shias seems like a Sunni would. And then given to the Christians. So when you don't know about someone, you should not make such callous statements. You don't have to be a god to, you see, you said here that yes, but I say Jesus is God, but they don't admit that Muhammad is divine. Momo, please use Muhammad here. Please don't call him Momo here. Sister, I'm with you. I don't know if you are really. Sorry, Colt, Hofer, I have some doubts. Sorry, I have to go. I just lost energy here. Some people I really, now I'm getting a terrible feeling, to be honest with you. I don't think you are a Christian. I think you are a Sunni Muslim or Shia who has come disguised. At first, very cleverly, gaining my trust against Salah ad-Din. You two have something going. Right? Be sincere, be honest, or no? Because you sound like a Sunni here. You can say mo, you can say momo. Something about you gives me now a bad feeling. Sister, would a Muslim say, no, 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 yes, yes, there are fake ex-Muslims. They show the ridiculous hadiths. You know what? At the end, they can turn out to be some Shias because they're doing this against ISIS and the killings of Shias, but they're not true ex-Muslims. And even the Indian Hindus are helping them, ex-Muslims. Sister, would a Muslim say, yes, in Taqiyya, of course he can say against Islam, because now I can say against Islam, right? Of course in Taqiyya, I've seen many fake Muslims wanting to make money or saying things against Islam. Of course. And you could be state-backed. It doesn't mean you are actually saying anything against Islam. Like a state-backed, Shia came here. UAE-backed Shia. But he didn't say anything against Islam. He told me not to say anything. Now, the thing is, it's gone further on social media. What do you think these fake ex-Muslims do? They are Shias by heart. Colt Hofer, if you think I'm a Muslim, you have the right to think that. Okay, yes. I do think that I am quite suspicious. Sorry. I have to be honest about it. You helped me before, but now it's turning quite kind of weird. I cannot trust you. So I don't know why you would do this. Who are you? And by the way, I'm never going to be a Christian either. So go with the ex-Muslim Ahmad. All I can tell you is I'm not a Muslim, never was. Well, you can say that, but sorry, I cannot trust you anymore. I just tested you on that. You've failed in the test. No matter, then you corrected your wrong, but you speak like a Muslim. Finally came to those verses, and you've made a mistake also for that verse you gave me earlier on. How can these two verses, you see 22, Surah 22:17, Surah 22:17, where does it say that these will go to hell? As for the believers, those who follow the Jewish faith, the Sabians, the Christians, the Magians, where does it say, Colt Hofer, that they will go to hell here? Between these two verses you gave me, which verse says that they will go to hell here? In this verse. Where does it say? Let me just, oh my God. I feel a very calculative, cunning plan. Do you have a wife? What tafsirs? Oh my God. You didn't say tafsir. You said the ayat has. Which tafsir are you going to give me? Sunni tafsir? Yes, I'm married. Thank God, okay. You're going to give me Sunni tafsir? I'll give you Shia tafsir. But in this verse, it doesn't say they're going to hell. You didn't tell me to go to the tafsir. Colt Hofer. You didn't tell me to go to the tafsir. Is Ibn Abbas Sunni or Shia? It's Sunni tafsir. If it's from Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Abu Dawud, it's a Sunni tafsir. And you know very well, right? Oh. So I see what you people. Look, please, forgive me. You've helped me, and you could have taken me off guard, Salahuddin, to come here and then use your taqiyya. But how are you going to get me through the deceptive ways? By showing these two verses? I've already seen these two verses when I was in Karachi. I wanted to give it to the Sunnis not to kill or assault killing the Shias. Sister, you've mixed up with tafsir and hadith. I don't care, tafsir, neither do I. Tafsirs are from Sunni sources too. Right? Ibn Qatir, Sayyuti, all this. They're Sunni sources. You're going to give me from Sunni sources. It's not Shia sources. You yourself said you haven't done much research on Shia Islam. Oh, you also like Salah ad-Din. Tell that state, Muslim state who sent you here. That they cannot. From an imam. From the progeny of Fatima, Ali. Tell your state, Muslim state. They can harass me. Send me the fake as Christians even. You understand? They can make mincemeat out of me. I'm not going to follow this man, Muhammad, and his progeny, evil progeny. Prejudiced, greedy Fatima, who took Fadak from the Jews. You understand? I'm not going to shed my tears for a tyrant's grandson. Unjust. You understand? Cut me in pieces. I'm here for justice and truth, not deceptive people and dishonest. You Shias, you make me sick with your intellectual satanic ways and your taqiyas will not do here. So you can go and cry over Bibi Zainab. Okay? I'm here to cry over Zainab bin Josh, who then got married to this fake, false prophet. He broke the marriage of Zaid and Zainab. He made Zaid get out of his inheritance. Cult, you know what a cult is? Even Christianity is a cult. What is the definition of a cult? There is nothing here that says these people will go to. Listen, the Shias have no feelings for Zaid. They just wow, 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 wow. Getting, engrossed in the this thing of Alama Majlises and oratory, intellectual nonsense. Satanic. They have no care for breaking of houses, but they will cry on that khaymas were, the tents were burnt in Karbala. He can make Yathrib, Medina his own. They have no this thing, no feeling, because they feel through their progeny of Prophet Muhammad that they were justified. Prophet Muhammad and Allah were justified to cast terror. They tried to attempted assassination. Salah ad-Din said this, and kill some Muslims. They are all the time, he's being justified. In every case, he's being justified. Even terrorism, he's been justified. Terrorism in Surah Hashar, he's been justified by Sunnis and both Shias. And even Salah ad-Din pointed out the Shia commentary that yes, I was referring to this, that, well, not all their belongings, they took some of their belongings. And some, the belongings went to Prophet Muhammad. It's justified for Prophet Muhammad to take their belongings, some belongings. But some went to them, they took it with them when they were expelled. Never mind the trees were cut down. The Imam Raza says that, the Imam Jafar Sadiq, that bad dates, not good fruit, dates, or A grade, you can cut them down. They can cut down trees and all this. On one hand, this. Then they give a good this thing for this also, that he broke. And they also give a very good reason for this also. So, Surah Azab verse 37. They don't care about Zainab bin Josh. Oh, our Prophet married her. Settle in your... What is this? And we have such etiquettes and all this. Sister, take a few deep breaths and drink a little water. Just calm down. It's not worth it. It getting so stressed up over. I actually don't like dishonesty in the least bit. When I detect some dishonesty, it gets me worked up. No, you don't understand what's happened. A little bit of water and calming down and stressed up, it's not going to help like this. Because I've seen what the Muslims are doing, what the Shias are even up to. I've seen my own brother who doesn't know much about this Quran. He's sending me to Sufi Islam. Sending check this. Sister, I already said I was mistaken. Okay. I mean, which marriage counselor makes me cry? Oh my God. So look at what the Shias do with this. They can't see it. So my thing is the Shias actually, mostly concentrated on them. But when a Sunni comes, I have to give attention to him also, or her. And but mostly concentrated through Quran ayats. Maybe very few people will be with me and understand me. I get Christians and all that. I don't get, because also there are other things. You see, I have problems. I can't talk like the Christians very fast, and I have vascular dementia, it seems. From childhood, they threw me off a swing. So I've never been a good talker. And remember, Muhammad, I mean, how can the Shias not see this? You know how they defend this prophet? Again, I mean, and then under my eyes, look at this. No reasonable man or will a reason, even if the whole of West becomes is Muslim, you know, or under torture or distress. I don't blame you if you don't trust anyone, because you know what deception is allowed in Islam. Yes, I know that. I heard from Lloyd in the Sharia also. Sunni Sharia Islam. Sunni Islam Sharia. Thank you. That's something to calm me down. And remember, O Muhammad, when you said to the one on whom Allah bestowed favor and you bestowed favor, keep your wife and fear Allah. Oof, 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 oof. Here is a clear thing. While you concealed within yourself that which Allah is to disclose. Why are you concealing what Allah is to disclose? I had to depart from Aka Medipuya, Shia commentary, Ali. Aka Medipuya. I had to depart from Tabatabai, right? Every Shia. Prejudiced or fear or something, I don't know what it is in Shias, that their intellect is defeated. They can't see this, then they want my intellect to be defeated here because of Prophet Muhammad's wisdom. He has forced Zainab. When I looked at, I mean, how could the Shias accept such a prophet? Forcing Zainab to marry for, to make it easy. What? So that now Zainab will go to Prophet Muhammad after divorcing Zaid. And it is recorded in the Shia hadiths, tafsirs, sorry, Imam hadiths we would say. But like the Shias, hard-hearted, blind. Today I remember my uncle who was an atheist. And I say, oh my God, that great man was great. Sister, I like that you don't say nothing without showing the sources. Okay, thank you very much for that. I appreciate this that you see and you acknowledge it. And thank you for being so understanding that you don't blame me, that I cannot, yes, I cannot trust anyone. You don't know the people's deception. They can harass, find groups, all the ex-Muslims, some of them Christians, have become Christians. And they are going on like that. But my style is different. I want to go slowly. I want everyone who comes here to understand, to see this. No, no, it's okay. Thank you. So Colt Hofer says, I'm very sorry if I upset you. I feel so ashamed. So, sorry, I also apologize. Sorry, I cannot trust anyone. Um, so, anyways, they can take my life or whatever they can do, behead me or whatever they like. But I will not come to this religion. The Shias, it's so sad. I mean, it's so sad. Uh, um, you, Colt Hofer, you don't know how I've cried for the Shias for this. They can't see it. And my father said that it's Muhammad's wisdom. You know what is the wisdom here? That when the sons, so we made it easy for the believers afterwards. So when Zaid had no longer any need for her, we married her to you in order that there like, what is this? Is she an object? Allah decided that she should marry Muhammad without, like first without her consent to Zaid. She wasn't agreeing. She didn't want to marry Zaid. She's being tossed, thrown here and there. And the Shias can't see this. This is so sad. So sad. Colt Hofer, you have helped me, and then whatever you've said, maybe I thought you're Sunni, and so it's not really much of an upsetting. I'm used to this, all right? I'm used to this. I'm used to being alone and doing it my style, which I do with the sources from the Quran ayats. The more upsetting thing is that the way the Shias, Imams, and their prejudiced progeny of Prophet Muhammad, the way they've turned it around and made Zainab and Ali, Imam Sajjad, and all this so like Mazloom, meaning, oppressed, emotionally turning it around. Halaki, Yazid never took them as slave girls to have sex with them. Yazid never tossed around Zainab bint Ali like this person's Allah has tossed about Zainab bin Josh. Using Allah. And here it's mind-blowing, it's heart-blowing. It's heartbreaking. If you see the Shia commentary on this, I mean, when I was a Shia, I had a problem with this verse. And my father said, when I told my father, just my father, he said that, no, we cannot question the wisdom of Prophet Muhammad. And his Allah meaning. So sons, they no longer need them. And we made this like easy, so while more entitled to be feared by you. I mean, what Shia's commentary is on this? While Allah is more entitled to be feared by you, it means that Allah is telling the people, look, he doesn't have to fear you people. Allah is more entitled to be feared. But the way Allah has put it, it's not right. All-knowing Allah, they've made uh, they've reduced him to this. How is Allah writing it like this? And you were concealing in your heart what Allah was going to reveal, to be feared by you. While Allah is more entitled to be feared by you. So when Zaid finished his desire for her, we gave her into your marriage, so there may be not a problem for the believers. So here's the wisdom of Allah. You see, he used Zainab against her will to marry Zaid. Then the adopted son gets no more, like he's now a brother of, or the slave of, the freed slave of Muhammad. So when Zaid finished his desire for her, we gave her into your marriage, so that there may not be a problem for the believers in marrying wives of their adopted sons when they finish their desire for them. What kind of a way is this? Sister, you know how you feel and trust your feelings and instincts. I'm not in your place, but I don't know what you've been through. But that picture of your brother being tortured tells me a lot. Picture of my brother? The video or the picture? Oh, you've only seen the picture. Oh, thank you, Colt Hofer, brother. Thank you, someone here with compassion coming like this and understanding. I I haven't had this since I came here, so and no one to understand me, and yes, it's been a lot. I really don't know what they are doing, and all this. So thank you for your kind words and your understanding way. Yeah. So this is what it is. Thank you, Colt Offer. Yeah, maybe, being tortured and then having children here, anyone would, get, succumb to the pressure because he has children also and he doesn't have a good wife. So I was scared that the wife would kill him and all this. I don't know what it is actually. Uh, it, yeah, my brother has not been, I've seen him in worse condition in Karachi and all this. But then he had his, he told me that he's been through a lot. Stomach wash and God knows what he had. Maybe also because of his wife. Unfortunately, I think he married an evil wife, right? It tells me you've seen stuff that people should not see. It's pure evil, what is being done to him every time. I see it, I start crying. Yeah, every time I have to, you start crying. My God, Colt Hofer, this means you are truly an angel sent by God to me. You are an angel. I don't even, you start crying every time you see that on my channel. Oh my goodness. I don't even have the tears left. Although yesterday I was gone case, I miss my mother so much. And that's why my bones started to hurt and I was in a terrible state. So, because I just saw my mother's relative, long time I haven't seen her. And I remember my Koja Sindhis, beautiful community, very refined and very warm, loving. So thank God, I mean, that's really good because it made me cry like nothing. I broke down. I have never, not even when my mother died, did I cry. Like the way I cried yesterday for my mother, missing my mother. Yeah, yeah. No, no, that my brother, I thought I misunderstood. So I was blaming the government. But I think it turns out that they wanted to save his life for uh, the he has an evil wife who wants to kill him. Someone set up their marriage like this in Dubai. They have power in Dubai too. So it goes before that, even before he got married in Dubai. They got the wrong girl for him. So it's not for Islam. Brother called Hofer, and here only one family member came to help, and she was my mother's no other cousin from my father's family, no one came to help. But my mother's sister, who was married in the same community as my father. her 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 daughter came to help in the hospital. So that gave me courage, you see, that although in the hospital I was saying the government, the sheikhs and all this, but it's not the sheikhs. Otherwise, I would have been, in this. Uh, I can't. I don't know. Doesn't seem like, I don't know. It's not about religion. Hofer, about my brother, Hofer says if this is done to please a God, I don't need that God. Same here. You've just taken my heart's words. But to my brother, that didn't happen. Because of religion, I don't know. Uh, it's terrible it's and so if they're doing this, I don't know. I can just guess, right? Like I got suspicious about you. So I got suspicious against my government. Called her first. Sorry. I have to go. Thank you. God bless.